Hey guys, I'm concerned that the game may be on a path headed toward disaster, and I'll pull up recent quotes from the devs, but mostly focus on things said in the AMA on Reddit. I'll have a link to the forums there as well. Keep in mind, this is just my take on it, and I'm speaking out of concern for the game. My intent is not to trash anyone or dispute difference of opinion. And to start off, I'll pull up a quote from the interview between Thomas Foss, the lead developer, and Nova, linked to their talk in bio. I wish we could have been a little more generic Dungeons and Dragons to help us be able to pivot and grow. Translation: we want tanks to be tanks, healers to be healers, DPS to be DPS, generic RPG format, because this will make our job easier. Moving on. Any plans for overall basic mechanics changes like multiplicative buffs? Their response was, we have plans to make adjustments to buffs and debuffs. Ultimately, the efficacy of these effects is largely responsible for how limited a gradient of difficulty we can offer in content is. So it's pretty high on our list. Like, what are they planning? Just to strip buffs away from the game and have everyone do their base damage, and again, healers just heal, tanks just be tanks? I feel like they're prepping us for a bait and switch where they'll tell us all Paragon Paths are viable for all classes, but then limit what we can do with them. I'm not sure what's on their mind, that's for sure. I just don't want to see Neverwinter turn into a Braindead game. Right now, we're being rewarded for learning our class mechanics, what type of party composition is best for us, and if that goes away and they turn their game into some early 2000s nostalgia RPG where everyone has their set roles, the min-maxing community that actually cares about learning how and why things work, well, they're just going to peace out, and there's only going to be zombies left to play. Jane asked, can we have more of the mechanics be transparent? Why the need for players to go and test the basic coefficients for powers or stat functions, animation lengths for encounters, etc.? Why not just post them? Make them public knowledge. Their answer was basically, there are already players who test this stuff and make the knowledge known. It's kind of like they have no idea how the game works, and they don't have a clue about how to begin fixing it. Jane even asked at one point why they made the change to Smoke Bomb to reduce its damage done, and to this there was no reply, but it's a good example. There's a 30% damage nerf to Smoke Bomb coming in Mod 15, when it's pretty much already known that the source of Smoke Bomb damage comes from a bug that procs Aura of Courage 4 times more than it's supposed to. So the lack of answer there is kind of a telling sign. They also mentioned multiple times that as developers, they have more fun, quote, building from the ground up instead of learning game mechanics, understanding the already instated code and then adjusting it. Asterdahl said, great question. As a game designer, my preference is building something from scratch, but there's rarely an opportunity to do so in a live game, at least in terms of large systems. No worries, Dev said. Creating a system from the ground up is a lot more exciting and has far more freedoms with it. For that reason, I suspect most systems designers do enjoy that more. Working with an existing system can be very challenging and at times even frustrating. Overall, I just get the feeling they're itching to burn it to the ground and start fresh. Personally, I love the synergy between different classes, how they all work together to overall enhance the efficiency of a run between buffs, debuffs, movement speed, etc. Working together to perfectly time all of those buffs and debuffs so that they land at the peak of your DPS player's rotation, that's some real 300 IQ teamwork type stuff there, Forehead. It's become a unique game experience that you can't find in other MMOs. The buff culture that it has is a min-maxer's paradise that rewards people for learning more about complex damage formulas and game mechanics. I can't imagine going back to standing there holding aggro, getting healed while 3 people smack on the enemy for 5 minutes. I can't go back to that Braindead crap. I'm on a different level now, and I expect more from modern day game developers. Like, just a tank to be a meat shield, a healer just to heal, a DPS just to hit things with their sticks. Like, nah, I'll pass. If I wanted that, I would go play literally any other MMORPG out there. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much how I feel about this whole situation and what I took away from what I read in the AMA. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Yep, looking forward to hearing from you. I'll talk to you soon.